How's it going out there? Or as I would say, hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, hanging out with my buddy here in Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Jack Roosh, Gentleman Jack.
Welcome, everybody. Yeah.
Dude, thanks for coming, man.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure.
So Jack here is another one of those amazing guitar players that grows on trees out here in Nashville. I've been watching you for a few years now. You're friends with Brett now, Brett Papa, who I grew up with, and amazing guys like Guthrie Trapp, who I've known for a while. So I'm glad that it's kind of brought us together now.
Yeah, it's great, man.
And I had the opportunity to kind of kidnap you for a minute here. And
absolutely.
Really, this is selfishly for me, but we have the cameras rolling, so maybe some other people can learn from this as well. In that intro, we were playing just a basic 12-bar blues in A, but you play these great dominant 7 lines that are really smooth, but they're also kind of based on the chord tones. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So like if I'm thinking about just playing over an A7 chord, I'm thinking about what notes are in that chord, right? So that goes with any chord you're playing. So A7 is A, C sharp, E, and G, right? So the better you can know that all over the fretboard, the better you're going to be able to, outline the sound of that chord. And obviously you can go through systematically and like work it out position by position, but you can really get started just, looking at this chord and playing through that arpeggio that fits with that chord. And I'm just playing the root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7th. What makes that chord.
And then you're just playing the next octave up.
And then just playing the top part of that voicing right there. Yeah, just going through it. So that's really like fundamental step 1 of outlining a chord. Playing right inside of the notes that make up the chord. You really can't go wrong with that. And in a lot of ways, it's more useful than a scale because scales have notes that don't really outline the sound of the chord. But with the arpeggio, any one of those notes is going to really drive home the sound of that chord. So, once you kind of get comfortable with that, you can start adding some little embellishments to it and then add the scale to it. So if I played like a full A mixolydian scale or an A dominant scale, right, that would be the full thing, which is just A major with the flat 7, because that's what the A7 chord is, right? That's what makes it. Like when I'm playing over that chord and I really want to outline the sound of it, I'm thinking about like, where's the 3rd of that chord? Where's the root? Where's the flat 7? Those keynotes that I'm going to want to target. And then you can play all kinds of stuff around it. Like the thing we were talking about before is kind of like this, these little embellishments, These little half-step slides that just kind of give it a little, a little sauce and a little flavor. And a lot of that to me kind of comes from like listening to slide guitar players.
Okay.
Like you listen to Derek Trucks or Sonny Landreth or those guys that kind of do those little beautiful little kind of vocal, almost vocal little half-step things,
Now, if I went to could you then?
You could move that whole thing up right here. Absolutely. It's also really nice to be able to see that in position though too, and be able to
let's see that.
See this D7 and go, okay, there's all the notes to that chord. So I could play, I could just move it up one string set I have to kind of change things a little bit because of the B string.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
But yeah, so right, and then I could go. And then if I want to go down to E, got that right there. You know. And then I can play. You know. Can play it up there. I can move it around. Right, so yeah, exactly. It's kind of like taking things you already maybe play or know, but like adding some. It's just like adding a bend or a vibrato to the lick to give it a little bit more flavor. It's just another little embellishment. Not to get too much into the theory of it, but the flat 7, if you're gonna land on the flat 7, that kind of has a function of like pulling you towards the 4 chord. Like
Right,
you
right.
hear in a lot of songs where it'll go like,
Then at the 7.
and then that flat 7
Movement to the chord.
really pulls you to, because it's like a voice leading thing. It's like a half step that resolves to there. So you can think about those things and use those things to move through the chords. But those embellishment things, you can do that everywhere. It's like all that's just like Mixolydian stuff, but it just gives it a cool flavor. It's cool because I'm not really picking every note. You can really play around with the dynamics.
Yeah. Do that one again. What was that one?
So that's kind of that's almost like a E minor triad right there, but that's all right out of the Mixolydian, the A Mixolydian scale. I'm just playing the 5th, flat 7th, and 9th, right? It's like an E minor 7. And you can do things like
Right.
those little chromatic enclosures. That would be called a chromatic enclosure. So you're going above, you're wanting to target the 3rd. And so you're going above and then walking up chromatically. And the whole key with that is phrasing it where you're landing on that 3rd on the downbeat, on the strong beat of the measure.
Well, how about I play that 12-bar blues for you again?
Yeah.
And we'll just play them out with all these techniques that we were talking about, because people are going to want to see it. And then also real quick, Jack, you're on all the different social media platforms, I assume, but I follow you a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
You also have a course at True Fire.
I do, yeah.
So
yeah,
if you're into this kind of tasty playing, which you should be, you can check that out as well. Any other things that we got to plug or coming out? Or YouTube channel.
I got my YouTube channel, my Patreon page. Do a lot of stuff on there.
Awesome.
Hopefully be coming out with another course this year.
All right, man. Let's do it.
All right.
1, 2.
Thank you.